Hi, my name is Irina Charlotte Ranaivosoa. I'm from France. I studied in Birmingham, the LLM General, from 2015 to from 2013 to 2015. I studied it part-time because I had to fund obviously the degree, so I had to work part-time and study part-time. So the thing in doing LLM General in Birmingham is I realized in the middle of the studies, the master degree, that I enjoyed studying it, but did not want to work as a lawyer. I realized it. Okay. And I did my thesis, my final thesis on the human rights to peace. But I realized that I wanted to study peace, like as a subject, what it was. So everything around, in terms of law, the human right to peace, that was the theme of my thesis. International human rights law, humanitarian law, all of this, it's all around peace, but it's not studying properly. So I realized that I graduated and I wanted to go and study actually peace in another master in Spain. But I was like, okay, but I can't just keep on studying. So I keep that in the back of my head, and I'm gonna work or volunteer, get some experience before, going back to studying something I really want to study. So first thing I did is I applied to the International Student Service, and I got in. I went to Senegal for 3 months. So I said from September 2015 to December 2015. And afterwards, in January 2016, I started to look in the alumni internships and stuff like that were the University of Birmingham was proposing. And I got accepted in the internship as a social media officer at the UK Subsist Trust. So I stayed there for 5 months until July 2016. And I went on doing a month, a couple of months as a senior mentor for the NCS program for young people of 16, 17. And after that, I left the UK and I went to Vietnam for a year doing, it's kind of the ICS in France, Service Civic, it's called. So I applied to many of these missions that were abroad, that were funded by the French government, and I got in the Vietnam position as a development, communication, and marketing officer. That was kind of the main part of a training, hospitality training center project in the highlands of Vietnam. So I stayed there for 12 months from October 2016 to October 2017. And in 2018, that's where I started the master's I wanted to study about peace. And I stayed there for 2 years and a half. It's the International Master in Peace, Conflict and Development Studies in Castellón de la Plana in Spain. And while doing that, I worked as a project assistant. And when I finished my my master in peace and conflict and development studies in February 2021, I went to Colombia afterwards. So that was in June 2021 as an international human rights observer. So I stayed there for 10 months until May 2022. And now I'm back where I'm from, the town where I'm from in Toulouse, as it's a mediator position. But so in that role, I'm really in charge of managing these young people. There's 7 of them. It's a project where we are doing visits at people's homes to do some awareness about tips to save money, to save energy, and then obviously save money when we're consuming. So as I realized for myself, really find what they really like about something. For example, I realized, okay, law is not really something I like, but doing my master thesis, because I was free to choose any subject, I was like, I'm going to study something I like, or something, one of the part in law, but that I like, even if it's not the law itself, but because obviously for me it was more the social science side of peace, but I studied it through the law. So I know I like studying the peace, but I'm going to find it in the law sector, I mean in the law area, how I can study that. And then obviously, even if someone doesn't realize, okay, they don't want to be a lawyer, my advice is, okay, try to finish the degree, because it's always, you can always say, I finished that degree, I had my LLB, I have my LLM. Maybe I'm not using it now, but there's always something positive to take out of it. And then obviously, while studying, try to, you know, at least one thing that you like, study it, or that you find that you like, even if the low side of it you don't like it. Trying to find something, yeah, that motivates you, I'd say. So the University of Birmingham proposes a lot of stuff for the students. I did the Be Enterprising, I think, 3 days kind of boot camp at one point when I was still, I think I'd finished the LLM, but I was still in Birmingham, and I was an alumni. So using everything that might find useful, but really be curious. Yeah, going out of your comfort zone and just go. And you might meet people, that that will help you out.